What's up, fellow lords of gaming? How you doing? We're back with some Black Desert Online content, and I'm doing what I normally do, passively AFK fishing, trying not to get sucked up by big boats. But let's jump in and let's talk about what we've got on the horizon for Black Desert in 2025. All right, so starting out, guys, we've got a GM note specifically about spreading light with kindness. So if you weren't aware, during December 2024, we had the tree event going on with Laura, and basically you were collecting some items, and basically there were going to be a contribution. So they made it 100 million KRW to Doctors Without Borders, and this has been an event that they've done for 6 years, since 2019. I think this is absolutely impactful and should be mentioned up front inside this video. Doctors Without Borders do a lot around the world, especially in some of the most dangerous climates that there are, to provide health and human services to people. So let's have a thumbs up for humanity. Okay, guys, let's jump right on in. So without further ado, we got some patch notes, some Pearl Shop updates, and some events. Let's start off with the events, just because that's where I'm at right now with my head. So get the most popular rewards, daily special, and the special pass is now available. So you can see here we've got the new daily special with the Queen Deadeye in the background, and there's some nice rewards in there. I think these are pretty much the norm inside the special passes, so nothing necessarily great about them, nothing necessarily bad about them. Day one, basically some inventory expansions, and you basically get to choose your special helmet box inside there. So if you don't have the Tiger Spirit, the Seahorse Diving, or the Coral Crown, now's your time to get it. We also gonna get that special pet box. I personally would love another Obsidian Lion, or maybe even another Rhino, because I definitely have both of them. I don't think I have the Fluffy Llama. Yeah, I don't think I want it either, though. But I also noticed this Erithia Snow Leopard, and I don't have her. The next of a few items, basically, those are just more run-of-the-mill kind of stuff that's inside there. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? But overall, I think that the glorious storage box is also beneficial to those trying to build up their end-game economy. So take a look at those overall. That is event number one out the way. Next up, we've got the Lunar New Year's greeting from Velia. To celebrate the Lunar New Year, Velia's Trenan Undefo, Alustin, and Igor Batali share their stories with adventures, and the Lunar New Year's adventure log returns. Can't wait to find out what they say. So after accepting the event blessing from Velia Quest, basically just go speak to Alustin, and you can then embark on the New Year's new book. So after receiving the last blessing from Igor Batali, you'll get these rewards: Cron Stones times 500 Cron Stones, special food box, the life enhancement help kit, the premium elixir boxes, and energy gorge of battles. So return to the new year after speaking to the Black Spirit and do that. So these events are always really good to do. Like, don't just skip out on them. This is a really good time to basically go, hey, let's jump in on that adventure log and figure out what it is that we should be doing. And that's one of those events. So like, jump in, have some fun with it. You know what I mean? So if you haven't, get in on that. Next up, we have another event, and I think this one is going to be a lot more exciting for some people. So we got the Snowfall Crasher Powder Rush Time Attack. So very this definitely doesn't feel like Black Desert, but I think this is absolutely cool. So atop the Snowfall Crasher Summit, talk to Snowfall Powder Rush NPC to accept the Snowfall Crasher Powder Rush Challenge. And basically you start at the summit, and you're going to race down the mountain. So finish at the bottom with Snowfall Powder Rush Sarnai. So titles for Shredding and Speed, the Snowfall Crashers Powder Rush Beginner, and the Challenger. So basically you make sure that you go do these events. Now, I think this is a nice little, definitely new fun event that they've introduced into the game. Stay upright, finish the course without falling within 3 minutes, use the jump ramps. So you got some SSS Tricky basically making its way into Black Desert. Yeah, this is cool, guys. Like, I don't mind these type of events. I think it pulls us a little bit out of the world, because you can go over to the Pearl Shop and you can see these new costumes that they have inside of here. So let's take a look at, not these ones, where we at with the Noonbura, I think, were the names of the costumes. Here we are. So you can see down here in the bottom, they have some of the costumes, and these look really cool in my opinion, with different boards as well. So you've got the yellow, you've got the Black Spirit here, the with the Black Spirit board as well. I think I'm gonna end up purchasing that. We end up have the Papu inside here as well, and then we have the otters as well. So I think this is a really, really cool, like, you know, it's something new for the game. I don't mind it necessarily. I think some people tend to have problems with that. You also have the hats for these characters as well available, so you can see the Black Spirit hats, goggles, and things like that as well inside the game. So overall, I think this is a pretty cool pack. Like, you know, I'm not mad about it at all. Take a look at it. If it's something that you like, then something you like, and if something you don't, you know, that's cool too. So but that event is going on. Along with that, we have another festival noise has wakened some fearsome foes. So check this one out. So essentially here we got the festival noise, the Yeti Piku from the long slumber. Get the event Frost Matchlock via the challenge. Get your matchlock and head out to take down the Yeti Piku that stormed Snowfall Crasher. The Yeti Piku is especially vulnerable to matchlock attacks, so get ready beforehand. So basically, how to defeat when you see the messages on the pier, a blizzard begins to rage at the wizard's altar. You know, just like your normal field boss, you're going to basically go over there. When you defeat them, you're going to get some of these items: the Snowfall Seals, the Sharp Black Crystal Shards, the Hunter Seals, concentrated magical black gems, and some black gem fragments. Defeat 2 angrier Yeti Pikus to obtain all the items below, so basically double up on your rewards over there. You can also obtain the following according to a set probability. So you can get that satiated Piku horn decoration, some Advice of Valks all the way up to 60, some Cron Stones, and some Piku Molars as well. So there goes that nice little furniture decor item, which will give you some item drop rates, some 50% combat, 30% skill XP. Not too bad. Or you can get the life skill one basically for 30 and mount 20 XP. And then collect 10, exchange them in the NPC Labos and Heidel for the event satiated Piku horn decoration. So nice little event that they've basically added into the game. Can't complain about that at all. Now there is a little GM note here that they have inside the section, because you're going to basically be able to do Snowfall Crasher with the GMs. These are the times that they have them, so you can see the backwards race, obstacle race, jumping challenge, and the team up against the GM teams starting they already started actually January 21st 2025 for the EU. They'll continue the dates basically all the way through February 5th. So if you're looking to do it, go ahead, guys, go jump in and see what it's about. Go race the obstacle courses with the GMs. I personally think this is a really cool event. I don't mind this at all. It's kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like, I think those type of events, those are community building type events, and I like those. Especially, there's going to be a lot of people who's going to find that pretty cool and create challenges around there. So you really, really can't complain about those. So next up, let's talk about the patch notes. And the patch notes are a little bit exhaustive, to be perfectly honest, but not as exhaustive as you might think. I think there's one large update in here to PvP, and there might be some controversy around that, but we'll talk about that as we go. So we've got some changes to Berserker, Guardian, Nova, Sage, and now the Deadeye. So they fixed the issue where using the Rage Absorption with the direction key after extension skills would cancel your combat stance, and then they fixed the issue where switch and load was activated first when attempting to use skills after Sidewinder. So that's there. That's essentially, you know, did in a nutshell. But the major update, and I think some people probably have a bit of a problem with this, because I don't think necessarily for Arena of a Solaire, but probably more for other things like War of the Roses or whatever like that. I think they probably have more issues with PvP there, because they've tied some of the new rewards like Voltarian and stuff like that behind those type of events. And those type of events typically in this game, where it seems to, this game has always in the past couple of years seemed to struggle to find its identity as either a PvE, PvP game, and it really can't find its balance. But in Arena of Solaire is one of the places where I think that it could realistically find its balance. I don't think a lot of people necessarily into the node wars that is there, and they tend to generate some hype for a game and then die down very quickly, in my opinion, anyways, every time I see them inside games. Whether it's, you know, what the fuck was the terrible game that just got released a little while ago that everybody jumped on because it was like Node Wars, and then they jumped off. So basically inside here you can see the regular season has begun from January 23rd to March 6th before the maintenance. So weekdays from 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock PST in the NA, and from 1800 to 2 in the morning EST. Those are weekdays. weekdays. During the weekends, it's basically 11 to 11. So you've got roughly a good time inside there for when you can basically jump in and play. So there's a point system that's involved in here. So to begin ranking in the release tournament, you must first proceed with the placement match. When you begin the placement match with 700 points, regardless of your rank in previous regular season, each family can participate in a total of 10 placement matches. Winning a placement match will earn you 2.4 times the usual victory points. During these matches, losing will not result in any penalty deductions. However, the penalty for leaving a match early will still apply as usual. And here you can see they changed additional points obtained for consecutive wins in the Arena Solaire. So after 5 win streak, 1 point per victory. After 10 win streaks, 2 points per victory. And then you can see here, after they basically changed it, so now it's 5 points, 10 points, and 20 points at 2, 4, and 8 victories inside there. So the dormancy penalty basically for just, not doing shit, just sitting around, you're going to lose points automatically for those. So just don't go dormant. It just doesn't make sense. So you can see here, Arena Solaire rank matches are sorted by the day of the week. And if you meet the penalty criteria at the ranking update time, you'll get a dormancy penalty inside there. So be prepared to just play if this is something that you want to do. They've also changed out the way the Arena Solaire battlefields, they're going to be conducted in 6 arenas. So you can see Holbon here. You can see Garu Village and Kermelon Wilds, and then we get Olun's Valley, and then Giffen Rahasia Temple, and the Gowan Plateau Reeds. These are all pretty cool looking environments just because the landscapes have definitely been flattened out to make use of those speed movements. So this should be very interesting overall inside there. So you can see the rewards here. The Victory Exultant Solaire's box. Defeat, you'll get the Rallying Solaire's box, which has gold bars or Seal of Solaire's inside there. You'll get the Sturdy Forest Tread ×3, item collection increase scrolls ×3s with the weekly exchange limits. So you can see some of the changes that they've made to the Arena Solaire system overall. So they changed the max HP effect applied in the Arena Solaire from 2,000 to 10,000. They've also made elemental adjustments for the Floral Breath, recover HP 3,000 to 5,000, Water's Chill is all DP 30 upon breaking, Fire's Warmth is all AP plus 30 upon breaking, and Wind Song is durability reduced by 60%. Now, they changed the equipable gear that's exclusive to the Arena of Solaire as follows. So you can see here that you've got like Resolute gear, right? So you can equip that, and that's going to have its own type of effects inside the arena. So you can see what these bonuses are. So you're basically equipping these to kind of meet your play style is essentially what you want to do, right? So I don't see anything necessarily wrong with this. So you can see here that we've got a main weapon, awakening weapon, sub weapon, and then you can go damage reduction or evasion, and then make your equips for, your different belts, necklaces, and so forth like that. They removed the Crystal of Icar and added the Visionary Crystal of Icar. They removed the red Battlefield Crystal Power. They removed the red crystal, Spirit Red Crystal, and you can see the rest of those here. So the season rewards are as follows. So become Solaire Incarnate, you get that gold bar 10,000 times 7 Cron Stones times 2,000 Seal Solaire 500. Choose your 10 Immortal Perfume boxes. So there's a couple of items inside here that really makes this really cool to basically do. And then you can see the rank based rewards for the top 100 Solaire Knight outfit and the top 100 Solaire Knight title. I don't really necessarily find the Solaire outfits all that cool, but I guess they're a bit of a gimmick for players. Like, they just don't look cool. I think they need to rework these so that way they look a whole lot cooler than what they do, because realistically they just don't look cool. So we've got some life skill stuff here in terms of the hireable workers and stuff like that, but nothing necessarily that jumped out at me. It was like, hey, let's talk about this in this video. I really thought that in particular the Arena Solaire was the big thing. They did make a note that they did say that they want to make PvP more open to the players over the course of the next year, because they understand that PvP kind of, gets out there for the reason that players are engaged in the PvE in order to hit those new items. So I kind of understand that. I'm not in a disagreement with it, but I think there needs to be a balance inside PvP. A lot of players don't necessarily want to grind to get to those levels, or feel like they have to open their wallets to get to those levels where they can do PvP. Whether it's War of Roses, whether it's Arena Solaire, they want to be able to feel like, I think the entry point to those places should be that they are all non-equipped gear, or just choose to make equip and non-equipped gear issues inside there, so that way it's like, you know, versions of there, but it has to be more entry point inside here, so players feel like they're doing something and they're earning the prizes where they can jump in at any moment and not have to wait till they grind out total in-game gear or, you know, deal with people who have purchased in-game gear. It is kind of up to you guys, you know what I mean? So they did do an accompanying GM note for this as well. So let's check that out really quickly, just because this is all you need to know. So this is all you need to know. Here's a breakdown from GMs on what you need to know. What is the Arena Solaire? Well, we know it's you can use exclusive gear that fits your PvP playstyle to test your combat skills in 3 versus 3 PvP matches. You just basically enter via you know, escape War F7 Arena Solaire. You can see the items and things like that that you can equip inside the game for your different necklaces and things like that, and your gear pieces. Check out the exclusive gear. We just went through that. And then you can see, you know, as you battle, these are going to be your placements and your total number of points that you're basically going to be able to earn. Once your gear is set, you just basically head in, you fight, you use your character, try to beat up other characters. I think Arena Solaire is accessible to everyone. So overall, like, there's nothing necessarily to complain about with this, and at least in my opinion. Like, I think it's, you know, like, if you're absolutely just positively not in PvP, it's just not worth it. But I think Arena Solaire should serve as at least an entry point for you to kind of, you know, experience what PvP inside of Black Desert can be. I often find very fun watching some of the battles on Arena Solaire and to see some of the people who have reached the highest skill levels with, you know, the characters battling it out and using, you know, skill cancel animations and stuff like that. I think that it's inspiring to see some of those players, and it does kind of make you want to grind harder at your character to basically, you know, get better at how they play. And then being able to test that out, I think, has its place as well, because a place like Arena Solaire is not just dependent upon your gear that you have, it's dependent upon the skill level that you have with the character. So check it out if you want to, guys. Check it out if you want to. So they've put in your normal Pearl Shop packs and things like that inside there. I don't think there's any necessary reason to go over some of the Pearl Shops. We already went across the Battle Pass. I think there's like the BD9 outfit and the Tiger Emissary packs that they've basically put in there as well. But overall, not necessarily a whole lot inside the shop for you to, you to be like quite excited about. I hate to say it like that, but you know, you can go check out the hot and new section. You can see here the New Year's Pro Box is basically the same Pro Boxes that are always there. The Winter Special Pro Box, which does come with this new fishing rod, the Grandpa Kron's fishing rod inside of there. So yeah, go check it out, guys. You know, Pro Shop is what the Pro Shop is, and it does what the Pro Shop does. Until next time, guys, like and subscribe, and peace.